But anyway, yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a different tier list, I guess. Mostly because of the fact that you guys probably usually used to me rating DDLC mods. But the only DDLC mod we have to rate is, exit music. Redux. Because we recently played a lot of fan games / mods of other games. But are still technically DDLC mods by title. like technically... Like, the Repentance mod for Binding of Isaac, it's like, it's technically a DDLC mod, but it's not a mod of DDLC, so... It can be on the tier list. It counts. It counts. Fuck you, guys. I changed the title of the thing. Look, it's Zero's fucking fan game tier list now. Look at that. So, fuck you. It works.
You left the logo down there. It just looks funny.
I did, but if I do that, I turn off B tier, so I didn't move it. Alright, let's get started, shall we? Thank you for the 100 bits, Gundam Tanaka. So fans of the Tanaka Empire to once again defend Exy Music Redux. Very well then, I shall accept this challenge with open arms. I don't know what you're defending it from. Because you cannot defend it from my opinion, it's too strong. Thank you for the, oh, I forgot to say, thank you for the 23 freaking resub. The resub for Taz. I forgot, you did that while the music was playing. Sorry, my man. 1 month away. What was the 2-year emote again? There's not an emote for it. There's a badge. Because Twitch doesn't like me enough to give me an emote. Give me a sub emote of 2 years. Actually, I don't think there is a sub emote. There's only tier emotes. I was thinking for the give sub Mario 649. But anyway, let's actually get started. So, let's make this interesting. Let's leave like Redux for last. And let's start with the fan games. Let's do that. Let's go to the left. We're reading a manga now. That's the order we're going in. Think for the Prime sub, Umberwolf. I feel like interrupting your mod review and more. That's not nice. All right, so let's start with Doki Doki Repentance, the Binding of Isaac mod, because it's in order. So I'm not that good at Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
So this is coming from the yeah.
Have you ever completed a run? Like, have you ever beat the game?
Yes! Like, twice?
2 times? And how long have you owned the game for?
A lot.
A lot?
Shut up. So, so you're not gonna get an expert's opinion on this mod, but I like it. I think it's cool. I like that all of the girls have, like, different type of play styles. I like that. I like their special little items that are references to the base game. I think that's neat. Like, I like that. I like that there's references to the game using the items that are already in The Binding of Isaac. Like, I think if Yuri gets Mom's knife, she gets, like, she turns into, like, Act 2. She gets, like, super glitchy and shit. Which I think's cute. So, yeah, I like that. I like that,
Cute?
I don't know if, yeah, cute's probably not the word.
I find it cute when she stabs herself in the chest
I mean...
and becomes all fucked up.
Someone might find that cute, I don't know. I have never beaten Isaac once. Do you have footage of it? I do not have footage of me beating Isaac. But I did it!
Cool. Looking cool, Joker.
This happened, alright? I swear it did. So, but I like it. I think it's a cool mod. It's neat. This is mostly me just rating the fucking regular mod, too. The Repentance shit is even better, because they all get tainted versions, and the tainted versions are also fun. When I'm not understanding how Natsuki's fucking cupcake tray works, and then I fucking die, but it's still fun. I find it very addicting, and I only pick the Dokis when I play Binding of Isaac now, so you know. It's just become a DDLC game for me. No other character exists when I play the game.
Well, now you can't get the achievements because you're playing with mods all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I got some. I got some when I played it regularly the first time, and then I was like, okay, well, no more. This game is now, this is like, it's called Doki Doki Repentance for me now. That's the game. But yeah, I think it's A tier. A lot of work clearly went into it. Very good mod. I can't really rate it on a story because, I mean, it doesn't have a story. So I think it's an A tier. It is basically, if they were to add, like, Doki characters into The Binding of Isaac, I feel like this is how it would be done. If, like, they fit, they don't feel like it's too weird, considering the dark themes of DDLC. Very good. I like it. A tier. Thank you for the 500 bits, Llama. Jesus. I have a stalking fetish, so that scene was 10 out of 10. What?
What?
Llama, were you talking about Yuri stabbing herself? I don't know what it has to do with stockings. Unless you're talking about something else. Thank you for the gift sub, Gundam Tanaka. Also, Llama, you're sharing too much. Alright. So, now we gotta go to the next one. And a certain person in chat is probably observing me carefully. Well, I hate to tell you, I think this mod is C tier tonight.
Oh no!
And a Friday night Funkin' Doki Doki Takeover. So, this is another thing that technically I can rate this one more on like the criteria I usually rate like actual DDLC mods on, more so than the Binding of Isaac one, since there actually is a story. But
Get a load of this!
I will talk about that later. Let me speak. I will confront you later on why you're gifting subs to me. So, fucking, the Friday Night Funkin' Doki Takeover. This is a really good mod. Like, let me be real here. I enjoy that, the fact that, the things I enjoy about it, I really enjoy how in character all of the girls are. Like, if I guess, let's break this down. Let me first talk about full week Monica, and then we'll talk about Takeover. So, Monica full week. It made sense. Monica shows up. She's wondering where the hell she is. And then, you know, it's like, the story made sense. She was in character. So I know some people had gripes with the fact that she, like, deletes Senpai over him, like, over her trying to take his mic and shit. But, to be fair, she does quickly realize what she did was wrong. And it's just kind of a relapse kind of situation, you know? She just kind of is like, oh, what am I doing? It's like she didn't go to as far as she did with base DDLC. So, I thought that was a fine thing.
Looking cool, Joker.
You guys are mean, but but yeah, I thought that was really nice. The sprite work for week 6 is really nice. Like, as far as I'm aware, again, noob to Friday Night Funkin', not super into that community, don't really know much about it. But as far as I'm aware, there's not that many mods that go off of week 6's like sprite artwork. So that was pretty unique for it to actually use that shit. Because like most people, I think, just go for regular looking, just trying to capture the regular Friday Night Funkin' art style. So seeing someone actually capture the sprite art for week 6 was actually really fucking cool, especially in the fucking like the Act 3 room. You fucking verse Monica on that shit was good. So yeah, that's my opinions on Monica full week. Monica full week, I think, was done really well. I thought the Your Reality part was cute. I know a lot of people got upset about that too, because it was like, oh, but the Monica singing Your Reality with Senpai. But it was like, I don't think that really mattered. It was just her singing with with somebody. Just because you sing with someone doesn't mean you're romantically interested in them. I don't. People perform with each other all the time. People stop. So yeah. Now, Takeover is the big meat and bones. That is even better than Monica full week. Because now we have all of the girls. It does something that I love, that it actually brings up Act 4. A lot of people like to pretend like Act 4 didn't fucking happen. Like to pretend like Monica's all evil and like, yeah, the other girls are totally innocent. Yeah, let's not forget the fact that when Sayori got the fucking role, she tried to delete everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like, I like that finally was like, yeah, see, look, things are still bad. Thank you, you understand. Yeah, this is like, I'm glad somebody fucking reminded people. I also like the neat idea that like the game was fucking up because Monica wasn't there, because it kind of fits with the base game kind of theory, like with the base game kind of thing where the game started messing up when Sayori got deleted. So it was like, without Monica, the game being unstable also kind of fits. And there's nothing really to disprove that, because we weren't in Act 4 long enough to know if that is the case or not. Like, if the game would have been stable enough without Monica. So I think that actually is also like a nice little touch, because I was like, oh, I actually never thought about that. Like, I never thought about, like, if Monica isn't there, the game is actually unstable. So, yeah. Overall, I like the story. I like that. I kind of like that, like, senpais. I like that, I guess, to kind of make people feel better about the whole, like, since they thought that Monica and Senpai are shipped together. I like that Senpai is kind of used as, like, a board for Monica to just, like, bounce her monologue off. Like, he's just, like, he's talking about himself and sometimes inquiring more about Monica, but then he'll somehow bring it back to himself. And then Monica just, like, is just talking, just thinking about her own issues. It's like, yeah, right, whatever. Like, it's just, like... And then, like, eventually she leaves, and then he's like, oh, the only person I was... Oh, this sucks! So that shit was always... That was really funny. And, yeah. Also, all the girls were also very in character. I like how cute and bubbly Sayori was. I like Natsuki, like, being super against boyfriend joining. I liked the funny, the funny joke where they like didn't know that boyfriend and girlfriend was their names, so they were just like, yeah, okay, we know your boyfriend and girlfriend. What are your names? I thought that was cute. There's a lot of things I liked. The story was very well done. I like that Monica comes back. The festival week was cute. Like, you know, like for the festival, it made sense since, again, we don't really have a canon what the festival would ever be. So I feel like in this world, the festival being like based off of all of them telling music, like all of them like getting music tracks or something, like singing songs. I think that's cute because that fits this kind of theme of this world. So yeah, that was cute. Everything was cute. I also actually kind of liked like the instant abrupt ending, not kind of like leaving an open-ended like, did Monica get out? Did she not? Who knows? You know, it was nice. So yeah, story-wise, pretty good. I also, honestly, in my opinion, everyone take this with a grain of salt, as I said. I don't know much about Friday Night Funkin', but in my opinion, and if you don't like this opinion, you can just totally disregard it. This is just me. I personally think for Friday Night Funkin' mods, I think having a nice, simple, concise story is, in my opinion, really good for Friday Night Funkin' mods, because I feel like with something like Friday Night Funkin', trying to have like a very big, complicated story or like a very serious story doesn't really work, because it's like, this is a rhythm game. So it's like I'm trying to sit here and understand the feelings and thoughts put in. It's like I can't really feel much when I'm sitting here like, okay, let me fucking use my arrow keys. Like, or it's like right before the serious moment. Now we rap battle. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, but again, this is just me. If it works for anybody else, that is fine. Do not listen to the opinions of a man who plays the mods of a visual novel. So that's why I actually really like the story, because it's not too serious. It is just, you know, it's just a retelling of what could have happened at DDLC. You know, it's not too serious. It has little jokes here and there, and it's pretty lighthearted for the most part. So yeah, I like the story. The music's really good. I'm not a music aficionado, but yeah, I really like the music. The music's a banger. I enjoy the music. Monica's festival song fucking slapped. It did. And as somebody who is not a big fan of Hex's vocals, I'm glad I can listen. There's a version of that song I can listen to without Hex. So, no hate to the Hex mod. I don't like Hex's noises, man. It hurts my ears. But it's nice. I really like that. But yeah, all the covers are really nice for the festival. All the original music was good though too. That shit was fucking that shit was a banger. And even though I couldn't beat Epiphany, I like the song. I'll beat it someday. I just haven't put my thought into trying to do it. But yeah, I think it was pretty good for the music wise. The visuals, I really like how they look, and like I love Monica's sprite. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love the week 6 sprites of her, but like the Friday Night Funkin' versions of the characters are really fucking cute. I will be honest. They're super adorable, and I like how some of them are like a bit exaggerated to fit with the Friday Night Funkin' art style. Like, I like how small Natsuki is compared to the rest of them. Like, she is so like small and compact. It's so adorable. She's so cute. Like, it's amazing. I love how cute they all look. Like, And it's funny too, because like they don't even have their colored eyes like they do from the game. They have like these little like black eyes, but the little black eyes look adorable on them. So I'm like, I don't even care. They're cute. Look at them. Also, I think it's a nice touch that Epiphany Monica actually gets the regular green eyes anyway. So it's like it kind of makes that when Epiphany Monica gets it, it's like, oh, you know. Yeah, it's like they're all so cute. Natsuki is small. Yeah, she is small. Yeah, it's like it's so cute. Yeah, boyfriend's enormous Tim's. Yeah, fucking boyfriend's big ass shoes. Fucking love boyfriend's club outfit too. Yeah, he's cute. And I love girlfriend's little club outfit. MC, he also looks like MC. I like him. He's fucking tall. He's a tall man. Sitting there chilling like his hands in his pocket. That is probably the pose I think most people would assume MC would take, is just hands in the pocket, chilling. But yeah, I love the fucking visuals. They all look adorable. I wish MC got a song. I could see why.
Perfect bingo.
Yo, okay, Rogue Wolf. I'll talk about. Just let me let me finish this. I appreciate all the support. I just want to get all my thoughts out so I don't find sidetracked again. Screw MC. That's not nice. Look, maybe he just didn't get a song because he wasn't ready or something. They caught him off guard. He wasn't ready to sing. But yeah. Man, I really love the visuals. And yeah, I think that's... Is there anything else to really talk about? The music, the visuals, the story. It's really good. I guess in terms of being faithful to DDLC, it's extremely faithful. I guess that's something I can rank these fan games on. Because I guess like being faithful to DDLC is extremely faithful in my opinion. All of the girls feel very much in character, in line with how they would do things. I love that Yuri is like shy and timid, but she also like... is like, doesn't want to do things. So she's like, this club asks too much of me. I have to sing now too. I like that Natsuki at first was like super against it, and then she was like, alright, that's it. Like then she kind of got into it. Like, they all felt super... I like that Monica was only caring... I think, because I mentioned this in the video. I like that when Monica was in the hating simulator, she was constantly caring about the girls, which, in my opinion, makes the most sense for Monica's character, because I feel like that was, like, the next step for her. Like, if we were to really think about where Monica's character would go after Act 3 and 4 of DDLC, I feel like she would be like that, considering she's basically admitted that she cares about these characters. She cares about their friends. You know, she's like, even if they weren't real, she couldn't even bring herself to actually delete them. Which, again, is also something a lot of people seem to forget, that Monica is technically the only actual character to be deleted in DDLC. None of the characters get deleted. Monica just says that she kinda deleted them. But not really. So, it's like, she more or less just probably moved them in a place where the game can't detect them. So it's like, yeah, it's like Monica couldn't bring herself to delete them. So I think, yeah, the fact that she only was really thinking about how the girls were doing when she was in the hating simulator fit her character very well, in my opinion. They don't know, Zero. They don't know. You're right. They don't know. They do not know. Look at them. Scrambling. Also, like, MC like narrated in his dialogue, just like the actual game. That's all he'd do. He had his protagonist moment. He's thinking out loud. Also, Yuri's songs are long. Saying true. But yeah.
Perfect bingo.
I think it's rating time now. Guys, please. Just let me rate it. Then I will give you all the love. I think it's time to rate it. I don't know if I have any real issues with it, honestly. Like, it's... Because I'm trying to think of, like... Because I was like, alright, is there anything stopping it from being S? And I'm like, I don't have any issues. All of the girls are treated equally. That's another thing I like about it. You know? It's something I also gotta give Repentance credit for, I forgot to mention, is that I do like it when all of them are treated equally if you're going to make a full-on Doki mod of it. Like, if it was just a Monica mod, then that would be fine if they're not all treated equally, but since it is now a Doki Doki takeover, it's like, I like that all the girls are treated equally, so that's another thing I really enjoyed about it. Like, they all have, like, almost the same amount of songs and everything. And the only person who gets favoritism, potentially, you could say, is Monica, but, I mean, you could argue Monica gets favoritism in the regular game, too, so, I mean, she's like the main character, if anything. So, it's fine if she gets favoritism. Yeah, I think it gets an S. I think it's worthy of that.
Yeah.
I can't think of any issues I have with it. Like, as a Friday Night Funkin' mod, it's pretty fucking good, and as a DDLC mod, it's pretty fucking good. Like, if you're somebody who only really plays DDLC mods and you suck ass at rhythm games, I recommend playing this and probably putting on easy if it's still that hard for you. It's like, if you really suck at rhythm games, you can probably still do it on normal. But yeah, it's like, or just watching a playthrough or something. 'Cause it's fun. It's nice. It's more DDLC content. I think it's good. No thanks, music's not to my taste. That's fine. If the music's not for you, it's not for you. We got another S tier, boys. Yeah, it's pretty rare we get those nowadays, huh? Probably just because I'm too stingy with S tiers. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's more of an A. Like Repentance, I still think it's more of an A. I don't know. Rare to see any mods get an S. Well, that's what I wanted S tier to be. So I'm glad that it's rare to see a mod get an S, because I want S tier to be the coveted tier. You know, if we get S tier, it's like, oh, S tier must mean must be really good. Also, now let me thank all of you people, you crazy fucking people. Okay, Rogue Wolf, you crazy motherfucker. Was that 5 gift subs? Did you give 5? I think that's 5. Thank you for the 5 gift subs and the resub. I appreciate it. And the 510 bits. And the $20. You're absolutely insane, my man. I appreciate it. You're crazy. Thank you for the 3 bits, Llama. Extra 3 bits. Thank you. Thank you, MJ Burgo, for the $25.01. Ironically, just so this Monica's laugh last week killed my door speakers, when listening to Monica singing Glitcher, the bass drop somehow blew my subwoofer to hell. Just got the new one today. You are having, like, unlucky things with just Monicas in general. It seems like Monicas are just breaking your everything. You need to be careful. You got some bad luck on you. Duster said good. He said good. Thank you, sir. No, but even if Duster wasn't my friend or anything, I think I do legitimately say the product is S tier. You could tell a lot of work went into it, and it shows, and it's really nice. It's a really good mod. Ah. Monica's the problem. Monica is never the problem, Virtual Cowboy. How dare you? How dare you suggest such things? A lot of work is still going into it. Duster. Teasing things in the chat. You monster. Alright. So. Right, we have to move on, shall we? He's gonna add ray tracing. Okay. Next thing, Doki Doki Platformer Club. Alright, so this was the fucking fan game I found on the subreddit, and like it was on the subreddit for like 2 to 3 years. And because it came out in like what, 2018? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, that's what and I was like, how did no one talk about this? Like, it's a fucking DDLC 2D platformer, and I was like, okay, at first I was like, okay, I'm expecting not that much work to be put into this. A lot of work was put into that. And I was expecting, like, each of the girls had like 4 levels. Monica had like a final level that had like a fucking, like, a really fucking good-ass song that played during it too, mind you. There was, like, some nice-ass sprite work in it. Like, it was decently challenging, too. Like, it was really good.
Perfect bingo.
Like, I don't know why no one talked about this. Oh, no, wait. I think I do know why. It was on the regular DDLC subreddit, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the modding one. That's why. Yeah. It was really good. Like, and yeah, spoilers, I guess, for me talking about these fan games. a lot of these DDLC fan games are really good. So like I don't like fucking between the Frantic Funkin fucking mod, the fucking Repentance, fucking Platformer Club. A lot of these are really good. I don't know. It's weird because it's. I mean, it's not weird. It's just I didn't expect DDLC to have this many fan games that aren't mods. But yeah, it's like this is like Platformer Club was super fucking good. And even had like the nice DDLC like twist thing where you think everything is fine, but then it's not. It's not. You think it was like a regular platformer, and then you have to like you die, and then Sayori like hangs herself, and you're like, what? And then it's like you gotta find the secret hidden in the wall, and you're like, oh. That was actually another thing I give Takeover credit for. Takeover kind of had that too. Like it kind of, I like that Takeover did that too. It had the DDLC kind of bait and twist. Like, you thought it was just like a nice little mod about singing with the girls now. Like, you're like, oh, okay, you now can sing with Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri because they weren't in the first week. But then you're like, oh, no. So it's like, I like that even they included that too. It's nice. It always feels like when people make fan games of the sort, it feels like a DDLC fan game. It has to include the darker themes of DDLC to an extent. You don't gotta make it all about it, but you can't ignore it. You gotta make sure it's there to a degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, Platformer Club, like, it just flew under everyone's radar. I don't know how. Like, it's really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. And the only issue, I'm only gonna give it an A tier. I would give it an S, if not for that Sayori jump in the beginning. That fucking jump really just, me and that jump, I don't like him. So I would give it an it gets an A. But it's still very good regardless. I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Here we go, Platformer Club. You go right there. We are running out of space again. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to make this on Tier List Maker eventually. We're gonna have to move eventually to Tier List Maker. Because I can't keep making space like this. Either that, or things are gonna have to start getting shittier. Things have to stop being good. So we can start moving stuff to B tier. This is why I said Zero didn't put an S tier. He purposely failed it. No, I did not. I would not do that. If anything, I would love to put it in S tier. But yeah. Fucking Rogue Wolf with the $30. My man, what are you doing? Like, bro, you're making me hurt my cheeks from how much I'm smiling. Like, what are you doing over there, man? Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. Oh my gosh. Like, thank you, man. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Now we look at Doki Doki, the RPG. Yay! Well, DDLC, the RPG, I guess is technically the full title, I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Woot woot RPG time. So, again, another really good high-quality fan game. Don't get tired of me saying this. I hope you're not, unless we find a fan game that's bad. But, I mean, I don't know. Am I gonna start looking for fan games now? Is that what I'm doing? I guess, actually. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, yeah. So, DDLC the RPG. This one is an old one. This has also been around the community for a while. I think it's older than Platformer Club? Maybe? I'm not sure. I think they're around the same date, the same age. So, they might not be... It is? Okay, so it is older. Alright. Also, in case people want to know about another developer in the chat, Professor Herb, I'm pretty sure you're the creator of DDLC the RPG, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, because if I remember, your name was... Yeah. I knew the Def for Platformer Club. You guys all just fucking know each other? Okay. You guys all just fucking... you're all in cahoots! I knew it. But yeah. This is another decently old DDLC fan game, but this one is also very good. I like that the explanation, I like that it's a very meta-esque game, like, they understand that it's in RPG Maker. So I think that's funny. Like, they all know, like, they know they're an RPG maker, and they use that, and they like the little references of Monica, like, technically having the power to give them EXP the whole time, but she just chooses not to, just because she wants them to be able to, like, learn and overcome their problems. I think that's actually really cute. I also actually like that this fan game and Platformer Club actually have different takes on, you know, how they handle certain things. Like, I think in DDLC the RPG, Monica says that she doesn't want to just remove their problems from them, even though she could. She doesn't want to edit their character files and remove their problems because she feels like that's like kind of a part of who they are. And so she feels like that's not really right to do. And I'm like, that seems like a pretty good reason. But then the Platformer Club, she straight up does remove Sayori's depression because she just doesn't want to see her suffer anymore. And I'm like, in my opinion, both options are fine. Like, I don't see any, like, obviously you could see, like, an argument being held for her removing her mental illness in Platformer Club, because you're like, oh, that's messed up. Why would she do such a thing? It's like, okay, but to be fair, in real life, if we could remove depression from people from just a click of a button, I'm sure we would do that. Like, it's something that it's like, it's like we would all do that, so not exactly like a problematic thing, but it's like you could also see it as Monica keeping it there because it makes them more human. Like, you can see like her reasoning for why she keeps their problems and just wants them to overcome them because, you know, like I said, it makes them feel more alive and human, or she just doesn't want to edit their character files again, which is also a fair reason too. Monica, the mother, DDLC, the RPG. Monica's always like the mother of the literature club. That's just her role. She's like the mom. She's like the mom. Sayori and Natsuki are like the rowdy kids, and then Yuri is just like Yuri's just the fucking Yuri's either the quiet kid. She's the quiet child who Monica doesn't have to worry too much about, but she has to push her to do things every so often. Or she's the fucking, like, aunt that just doesn't care. Like, that's really what it is. But yeah. I like that. I like that, like I said, I like it confronts their problems also in very smart ways. Like, I like to get rid of Sayori's depression. It isn't just a boss fight. I like the Sayori's depression is Sayori has to actually heal the enemy. And then once they're fully healed, then it goes away. And I thought that was actually really clever. I liked that for Yuri to get over hers, she has to, like, fight the embodiment of herself from the poem. And then, like, eventually she can't do it, and she can't fight anymore. So then, eventually they're fighting her. Like, they're fighting, like, the evil, messed up version of her. And then Yuri, like, wants them to stop. And it's like, it's not her fault. And then they're like, exactly, Yuri. It's not her fault. And then it's like, I thought that was also really cute. Like, I thought that was actually really nice. Natsuki's dad is just a regular boss fight because, I mean, Natsuki was always the one that had a different problem than the rest of them anyway. Natsuki's dad is more of a, like, outside force than a mental force. More of a physical force than a mental force. So yeah, just fighting Natsuki's dad as a regular boss fight fits, because I do like how it's multiple versions of him. I like how he progressively gets worse as a person. So there's that. Yeah. I thought it was really cute. I thought it held up decently well, honestly. I like that there's technically routes in a way. Like, you could pick which girl is your favorite, and so you get, like, a different, like, little ending image and stuff. I thought that was cute. But, yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, we need more DDLC RPGs. It's just like how I need Monica in a fighting game. My other thing is we need more DDLC RPGs. These are two things I need more of. Monica is in, like, one fighting game, and it's Rivals. I need her in more. But yeah, I also need more DDLC RPGs. These are my requests. If anybody meets these requests, please tell me so that I may thank you and make a video about your request. But yeah, I really enjoyed this though. I enjoyed it. It was a cute little mod. It was a mod, fucking fan game. Monica kept getting on me for calling it a fucking mod because she's mean. Well, she's not even here right now. Good. I can be all I can talk shit about her all I want. Yeah. Screw Monica. Monica, I'm kidding. If you're watching this, guys, don't tell Monica I was mean. All right, so I think yeah, I think it was just pretty good. Oh, she's watching. Oh no! She put a mad face. No, she is watching. No. Anyway, so rating. I think it's A tier. I think it's an A tier mod. I really enjoyed it, though, obviously. I think it's A tier. Again, if you're probably wondering why it isn't S, I really don't know, but I usually with S tier, it's just like, I think I explained S tier is something that, like, blows me away. Like, how, like, where I'm like, wow, they did that? Or like, wow, that much, you know? So it's like, just because it didn't blow me away doesn't mean I don't think it's like, not good. Because, like, it's still a very good fan game. That's why it's still an A tier for me. It's still good. Because I still really enjoyed myself playing it. And I really liked playing it. And I'd still recommend it to a lot of people. So, I was like, S tier is just, it blew me away. Well, A tier is, it's very good. It's still, like, probably the best you can still get from the community. So, yeah. I do think it's A tier, though. It is A tier. She's gonna kick us down the stairs. Monica, don't kick us down the stairs. Zero's in trouble. I'm not in trouble. Oh, thanks. It's no problem, man. Thanks for making a very good fan game. I really appreciate it. you gave me content, but not only that, it was something I also really enjoyed playing. So, and it's something you gave to the community. So, I appreciate you for giving to the community and giving them such a high quality work at that. Oh god, we're here, now, huh? We meet again, old friend. It's how stories start, and how stories end. So, exit music Redux. We're done with the DDLC fan games portion, now back to DDLC mods. And we only have one mod to rank this time because Redux's the rest of the acts came out. So now, we must discuss. Now, the thing with Redux is, I gave probably like my full kind of opinion on Redux in the video. So, I don't want to sit here for so long and just kind of reiterate a lot of it, but I am gonna give kind of my basic points that I gave before, you know? Like, I'm gonna try to... Also, River City Girls music's playing. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sorry. I got caught off guard. I didn't notice that we were I didn't notice the fucking... Look, I like the soundtrack to the game, okay? Don't be mean. Play River City Girls. Thank you for the 10 bucks for Rogue Wolf. But, so, Redux. I guess I don't really have to talk about Act 1. I guess I can talk about my major issues with the mod. So, original exit music. Some of the problems were how out of character the characters were, you know? It kind of felt like a lot of the time they were moving as adjusted to the plot. And in Redux, it's not too different, in my opinion. A lot of the problems with Redux, now, they're not as severe as it was in regular Redux exit music. Like, if I can break down each character's comparisons, in the original Redux, Sayori was an asshole just because she took pills, and apparently the pills made her an asshole. That's apparently her reasoning for just being a dickhead and being super jealous and everything. In Redux, Sayori, it's not even the pill. Sayori's just an ass for some reason. Like, she just is like a dickhead. Like, she like gets mad at Monica for not understanding about her depression, which we'll get to later. She gets mad at Monica for not understanding how to handle somebody with depression instead of just, you know, discussing with Monica that she doesn't want to be babied. So instead of discussing it with her, she decides to just leave and not talk to Monica at all, which I feel is super out of character for Sayori. She also is super hesitant to want to make things right with Monica, which, again, very out of character with Sayori. like, come on. Like, Sayori's literally been all about how she cares about her friends. Why would she just not care now? Like, it just made no sense to me. So Sayori is better than the original exit music, but actually, even is it? This original exit music Sayori had an excuse. Whether it be a good one is a different story, but at least she had an excuse. This one just kind of feels like an asshole to be an asshole. Then Yuri is barely in the mod, and barely in Redux. In the original X and Music, she's like the main antagonistic force and made a lot of Yuri fans mad, which is fair because they just made Yuri a dickhead for no reason. Like she fucking tries to just jump on MC and have sex with him for no reason. So, but Yuri in this mod, she's like barely in it. But she does go with the whole Sayori, but she does like go along with the whole Sayori ditching thing. So it also kind of feels out of character for her, but I guess it's still an improvement over the original because she's not like super antagonistic anymore now, but she's still a dickhead. So again, hashtag not my Yuri, but I don't have a Yuri. And then there is Monica, who you just kind of feel bad for in this mod. Sorry, I had to drink water. I've been talking a lot. But there's Monica, who in the original X and Music, she was just kind of a dickhead in the beginning for no reason, and then she just like randomly became nice for no reason, and that was just her entire character in the original. In Redux, she's nice the entire time. But the problem is, they made her, like, dumb or something? Like, apparently, for some reason, Monica doesn't know how to talk to somebody or handle somebody with depression. But Yuri does. Monica, the one who is the most popular girl in the club, doesn't know how to pick up on social cues and how to talk to someone who has depression. But Yuri, somebody who reads books and barely talks to anybody, knows how to hell, even MC can pick up on the social cues more than Monica can. And I'm like, you're telling me MC can pick up on social cues more than Monica? Like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, how would Monica not pick up on this shit? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, they just made her unnecessarily dumb. And everyone just treats her like shit this entire mod. And you feel bad for her. Like, you really do. Like, yeah. Like, I guess she's an improvement over the original, but, like, it's still, they made her kind of dumb instead of making her evil. Like, now she's just stupid. So I don't know, like, I don't understand I don't really understand here. And then there's Natsuki. Natsuki went from being slightly boring in the original X and Music and not really having much character because they kind of took out her tsundere aspect and just kind of replaced it with, well, nothing. She was just kind of, she sure was a girl. Like, I don't know. Like, there was nothing really interesting about her in the original X and Music. She didn't really do anything. So they went from taking her from that to just making her like a bitch. And yes, I know. Obvious joke, but Zero, Natsuki's always a bitch. Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously Natsuki can be a little bit on the abrasive side at times, but she's usually not that bad. Like, she usually has a point to her where you're like, yeah, that's probably why they hang out with her. Or she'll at least, like, apologize for her actions and realize that what she did was wrong. In X and Music Redux, she's just a bitch. And she doesn't apologize at all. Like, she shows no means of redeeming the shit that she does or says. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, she'll just talk like Monica deserved that. Like, she yells at Monica for not knowing about Sayori's issue, you know, because it's Monica's fault and not you guys for just talking to Monica. Yeah, let's just yell at her for not assuming how to treat somebody. And then, like, never apologizes for that. Like, there is never an apology. And then fucking is, like, constantly at the sleepover. She's, like, constantly trying to fucking, like, find ways to yell at Monica. It's like, she's just such an ass. And, yeah, I understand the whole, well, she's under a lot of stress because of the whole, like, because of what she has to deal with her father. It's like, okay, but you gotta realize that even people who are under that amount of stress will show some form of being apologetic. Like, Natsuki didn't show any of that. Like, she didn't show, like, she just felt like she was just a dick at, like, all times. Which is why it kind of makes it hard for you to even, like, feel bad for her anymore, because you're like, what the fuck? And then there's just times I just feel like she's just, like, There's just times I feel like most times she's unfair, actually. I was gonna say times she's unfair. She's unfair a lot of the times in this mod. Like, she gets mad at MC for calling the police, even though MC calling the police was the right option there. But I mean, it's like she gets mad for it's her reasoning for why he shouldn't call the police was always a little iffy to me. I'm not a big fan of the reasoning. Like, because her reasoning for not calling the police, is that she doesn't want to be seen as weak to, people. Like, she doesn't want to call the police and say that my father is abusing me because she doesn't want to be seen as weak. And I don't know, to me, that's like Sonic Forces Infinite levels of, what the fuck? Like, what? I don't know, that just seems a little, in my opinion, a better reasoning for why she doesn't want to call the police should have been that she actually cares about her father still, even if he treats her like shit. It's like she still has an innate attachment to him because it would make sense because he's her father. So I'm like, yeah, I can understand that. But saying that's because of Natsuki's pride just felt a little weird. Because I'm like, I don't know, I feel like Natsuki would throw away her pride to be safe. Natsuki never showed to be that prideful in DDLC. She had pride, but she didn't have that much pride. She wasn't, on Vegeta levels of pride. It was a little bit come on, man. In my opinion, Blue Skies handled it a bit better. I like how Blue Skies handled it way more than I feel like Redux did. I would rather suffer 1,000 years before I admit defeat. It's not her pride, it's because she doesn't want to relive her trauma again. Okay, but she could have gotten rid of that by, going through the police. There was no way to make it go away. Like I said, I feel like Natsuki isn't that much prideful to where she would be like, no, I'll never accept that. To the point where she'd go and that's what I'm saying, Natsuki's not that fucking hard-headed. She'll eventually be like, yeah, you're right. I think she will eventually come to the reasonable conclusion. A lot of this feels forced. A lot of the plot in this mod just feels forced. I think is my problem a lot. There's a lot of the time. It's just a little Stockholm Syndrome would have made sense since it wasn't for the fact that Natsuki was being Vegeta levels of unreasonable prideful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's her having Stockholm Syndrome would make a lot more sense. But it's come on now. It's just a little bit really? There's a reason abuse victims don't always talk about their abuse 2 years after it happens. Yeah, but this is the difference. She's actively being hunted by someone who wants her dead. And she is endangering the people around her. Again, I feel like at that point, she would come to the conclusion, I think it's time for me to tell people. And that's my other thing. What is the message this mod is trying to send people who are actually dealing with this? Don't call the police. Don't help out the abuse victims. MC should have went with Natsuki's plan. That's what I'm saying. What is this message? What is they trying to give here? Are they trying to paint it that MC should have did what Natsuki wanted him to do? Because that's a terrible message to give people for an already stressful situation. Okay, wait, let me break down both sides. I understand not wanting to tell someone about your trauma because you don't want to relive it, but as someone who needed to, I can also see how Natsuki's betrayed. It's just a little too prideful. It is. That's what I'm saying. I understand her not being super open to talk about it. Yes, I think she would bring up that problem and say, I don't want to relive that again. But I feel like eventually, MC will be like, but Natsuki, there's no way we're going to be able to get past this. He's gonna hunt, we can't live like this. And I think eventually she'll come to that conclusion. That's what I'm saying. It's I feel like it was too much to make it really be she has to die in the end. It's just I don't... Just run away from your problems. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, this mod kind of feels like it's telling me, hey, just run away from your issues. Like, there's nothing here telling you that this is how you should do this. And yeah, I know it's not necessarily supposed to be like a PSA or anything, but it's still just like, it's still not exactly the best message. Like, I'm not gonna harp on it too much about sending a bad message, but it's still just like, what is that message? Like, is more so my thing with it. But yeah, I don't know. I've already accepted a long time ago that maybe the mod just ain't for me, because maybe that's just the case. Because I see that this mod is very controversial. A lot of people don't like it on one side, a lot of people like it. So, in my opinion, it's just controversial. That's all it really is. It's just not for me. It's like, X Music Redux ain't for me. So, that's all it really comes down to at the end of the day. In terms of the other things, the music was alright, I guess. I mean, I found myself recognizing more of the music here than the original X music. I know a lot of the time with the original X music, I just kind of felt like every song blended in together. This one kind of felt like that for me too, but not as much. I felt like there was some, you know, variance in the tracks. So I was like, oh, alright. Kind of good. The art was really nice. I liked a lot of the art pieces. I thought all the CGs looked really cute. I thought Natsuki's, you know, infamous CG, I thought that was pretty cool too. Pretty cool, pretty good looking. I thought her dad was way too much of a psycho when compared to what it said in the original game. I never got the sense he'd be this crazy. Yeah, I mean, they kind of do demonize Dad Suki a bit, but I mean, I guess, you know, that was the whole gotta paint it for yourself type of picture. We never really fully got what he would be, so I guess it did kind of leave itself up to interpretation, you know? But exit music's just controversial. It is a controversial mod. So like I said, if you enjoy it yourself, then by all means go ahead. Just me personally, the story, a lot of the plot feels forced. The characters just don't feel like the DDLC characters. Like, a lot of the fucking, it really feels like the story would have been way better if it didn't contain DDLC characters. Like, if this was about fucking Genevieve trying to leave her abusive home, and she's like going to the literature club run by her friend Ashley, I think it would be a better story. But I think because these are supposed to be characters that we've already kind of pre-established to a degree to have certain personality traits, it just feels like we're like, why are we using DDLC to tell this story? The coding was pretty good. I thought the coding, some of the coding was a little odd. I feel like there were some things where it was like, they did something to show something, but it didn't really show right. Like when they were like, oh look, they're sleeping. So then they started like making the sprites move up and down very slowly, and I was like, it doesn't look like sleep. Like, it's supposed to look like they're breathing, but to me, I was just like, why are they floating? Like, it was... And I was like, oh, you didn't have to do that. So, but... Yeah. I don't know. Is this a C or a B? Gotta think about it. Gotta think about where I'm putting this. I've said it before, I'm okay with characters not acting like their canon counterparts as long as they're internally consistent within the mod itself. See, and that's you, but that's not me. I'm not okay with that. In my opinion, I feel like if you're gonna make a DDL, if you're gonna use pre-existing characters, in my opinion, there has to be a reason to use those pre-existing characters. Like, it's like, it's in my opinion, it's similar to the Mario movie. How everyone's upset about Chris Pratt voicing Mario, and he's not gonna sound like Mario. It's like, then what's the point of getting him to be Mario? Like, that's kind of the same way in my opinion. It's like, if you're gonna use Monica and then say, okay, so this is Monica, but we're gonna make Monica not act like Monica at all. Then I'm like, then why are you using Monica? then is she even Monica? It's like, at that point, that's not even Monica. That's just someone using Monica's face. So yeah, it's like that, and that's my opinion. If it's fine for other people, then go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. But my opinion, I'm like, if you're gonna use these characters, then in my opinion, don't fully replace them. I'm not saying they have to act entirely like their counterparts either. Like, I feel like instead of changing the characters, I think you should add upon the characters. Like, instead of taking stuff away from these characters, add things onto them. Like, don't take away, like, Sayori. Like, don't take away fucking Sayori being bubbly and replace it with something. Add on to her personality. Make it that she does something else while also being bubbly, you know? Because I'm like, I feel like that's better than, like, replacing things or, like, taking things out. It just feels weird. Charlie Day is Natsuki. I don't know. I mean, the music was fine. The visuals are fine. It's just really the plot. I guess I'll go back to B. I think it's fine. Because I even mentioned that the mod is fine if it just wasn't a DDLC property. To a degree, I guess. I was like, it's fine if it wasn't a DDLC mod. But even then, even as a DDLC mod, it had some story issues for me. But I think it's B. It had good art and good music. At least the music was, you know, I was able to tell the difference. I'm not that big of a Radiohead person, so, you know, I was... Where the fuck is it? What's the name of the logo? I have to figure this out. But overall, it was good. I mean, the music was overall good. I could tell that, like, there was a lot of work put into the covers and everything. So I think it was really only the plot. So since the plot's like the only major problem for me, I think it could get a B, I guess. I feel like the reason people use pre-existing characters and change them as needed is because they don't want to do character design. And that probably is a good reason. I have heard a lot of people say that. They say that they use DDLC because of those reasons. But in my opinion, I just feel like it kind of alienates people like me who... Because, like, my reasoning for playing DDLC mods is I want to see more stories with these characters, you know? It's like, I want to see more stories with the characters I've grown to love. So, when you just kind of take those characters and you just, like, mold them into something they're not, I'm just like, what is this? This isn't really what I was expecting, you know? It's like, this isn't what I signed up for. So yeah, it's like, it doesn't really make, it's not for me. Like I said, it's not for me. Again, if you enjoy Redux, or if you enjoy Redux, or if you don't enjoy Takeover, that's all for you. This tier list is mine. It says Afro Zero's tier list right there. I was like, I'm totally open to people having different opinions. This entire tier list is my opinion. I'm not saying this is like the objective DDLC tier list. You don't have to agree with this. This is the opinion of some guy on the internet. Redux is a slog to sit through sometimes, but it's, in my opinion, a bit more bearable than what Fruits seems like. You guys are telling me to compare it to Fruits? Yeah, I don't know. I think the fact that's next to Fruits is honestly very kind of similar. Because, I don't know. There's parts of Fruits I enjoy. Like, the action parts of Fruits aren't that bad. I enjoy the action parts of Fruits. Kind of like how in Redux, you know, it's like the dating Natsuki parts are like the wholesome dating Natsuki moments are enjoyable. So it's like, I enjoy parts of Fruits. It's when Fruits has to do character stuff is where Fruits gets a little bad. I guess it always depends on the person. If someone wants a good story, this might be good for them. If someone wants a good DDLC story, might want to look elsewhere. Yeah, basically. With X and Music Redux, yeah, it's like, if all you really care about is a good story, then you might enjoy Redux. But if you're looking for a good story based around the DDLC cast, then in my opinion, you're not gonna find, it's not that good for that. What's the colorful one in S? Are you talking about Abridged or are you talking about Takeover? Fucking is his EMR better than he really wanted me to know? I don't know if it's better. I feel like they're even. I can't really tell you which one's better. I feel like they're decently equal. I might say Redux is slightly better just because it has better coding than Fruits, because Fruits has coding issues too. Because like there's times where Fruits has very big like long like pauses with nothing on screen. So I'll say that Redux is better just because the coding is at least better. So it gets that. Zero managed to finish Redux. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only finished Redux because I knew that people would not shut up if I didn't finish Redux. I feel like I had to finish Redux because I knew damn well that if I did not finish Redux, everyone would fucking consistently be on my ass and be like, Zero, when are you gonna finish Redux? So, that was my main reasoning for finishing it. Except he didn't play the extras. My main reasoning for not playing the extras was just because the extras felt like they're there if you really enjoy the mod. And I'm not that person. So I didn't want to play it. Also, people were getting butthurt that I was sharing my opinion about the mod. So, you know, I was like, I'm not going to cause unnecessary drama by giving my opinion. If people can't handle my opinion, then I'm not gonna play the extras. I'm just gonna finish the mod and be done with it. If people are really upset about the opinion of a guy on the internet, then you know what? And like I said, I wasn't that big of a fan of the mod anyway, so it's not like I felt like I was missing much playing the extras. But yeah, here is the tier list. Right now, the update, the December update of the tier list. Should probably put the chat away actually for this, so you guys can get a better picture of it. And looking at this tier list, we can obviously tell there's a lot of A tiers. God damn, we are running out of space. I don't know, man. Add an A+ tier? I don't think there's many mods that need A+. Like, I'll add an A+ when we need an A+. Right now, I don't need an A+. I actually needed a B+ more than I needed an A+. Because honestly, I feel like A is, like, good enough. Because I feel like if something's A+, it's just S. Like, in my opinion, like, it's like, if something's better than even A, that's an S tier. So yeah, what would even be considered A+? That's what I'm saying. It's like, technically A+ is everything in S. Is there a D rank? There is not a D rank because I have not played a mod I genuinely think is just bad. Even in the C tiers, all of these mods, I found something good in them. They're just meh, but there's still something enjoyable about them. Like, I have not played a mod that is legitimately D tier, and that could also be because I don't just play any willy-nilly mod. Usually I play mods that interest me. I usually see like a mod's synopsis and I'll be like, ooh, that's interesting, and then I'll play it. Like, I'm not gonna go and play something that clearly doesn't interest me, because it just, first of all, that's mean. That's the other thing. Like, let me clarify this. I feel like I've clarified it. I feel like I clarified that. Clarified? Let me speak. I feel like I've clarified this before when it comes to these tier lists. But, fucking, when I make these, my intention is not to hurt people's feelings. Like, I'm not trying to go, that's why I don't want to go out of my way to play something I know I'm not gonna like, just because I know I'm just going to shit on it for the sake of shitting on it. So it's like, I'm not making these to hurt people's feelings and be like, this mod sucks, just so I can say something sucks. I'm just playing something and giving my opinion on where I think it ranks. Where is Oni-chan Club? I know you finished that mod recently. Oh, fuck! I knew I missed something! Holy shit! We didn't rank Oni-chan Club! Ah, shit! Alright, it's okay. I'm so glad someone did that before we, like, switched to Pokemon. Shit. Thank you. Who reminded us? Thank you, Richardson7309. I'd say someone gift that man a sub, but he's already a sub. Good man. Also, thank you for the resub, Doom49er. I don't know if I thanked you. And also, thank you for the gift sub, Josen. I appreciate it. Thank you for the resub, Elvis. 20 months. Pog. Pog indeed. Right. Fuck. I have to get the fucking... I have to get the logo for that. Shit. Oh my god. I'm so glad you reminded us about that. Wow. Okay. Okay, let me get the, here we go. Just, throw this in here. There we go. Alright. Oni-chan Club. He was always here. We didn't forget about him. What do you mean? I didn't forget about him. You forgot about him. Rogue Wolf just like gave 2 gift subs. Thank you, Rogue Wolf. I appreciate it. Giving yourself the hero. Did someone say gift sub? It was mostly a joke, but thank you. I don't ever want to like make it sound like I'm telling you guys to like give money or anything. I don't want to do that. that sounds like a. I don't want to be like those like old Twitch people that got like outed, where they were like, I work so hard, and you guys haven't even gifted any subs?
Yeah.
You guys haven't even gifted 10 subs? What is this? And it was just like...
Guys, it's just $5.
I never want to sound like those people. Do it if you want to. I appreciate it regardless. If you give money, if you don't, if you're just here, I appreciate you. Anyway, so, Oni-chan Club. We didn't forget. What do you mean? Never forgot. When did Monica get here? She just came back. Hello, Monica.
I just came back. Hello.
We ranked... you missed my Redux.
I didn't miss anything.
Oh, you were watching, right? You're in the chat. Alright,
Yeah.
So, Oni-chan Club. So, this one, if I recall, this was the one where they're all your sister, and there's no romantic interest. It is a wholesome mod about them all being your sisters, before people say, huh? Say, no, it's a wholesome mod. Now, for the premise alone, I like that. That's a unique premise. I think that's cute. However, how they went about it in the demo is, I don't know. Some of the writing felt very odd. It kind of felt like they needed a playtester.
Looking cool,
I wasn't really sure if they had a playtester because it felt like they didn't. There was a lot of grammar issues. There was a lot of like awkward exchanges. Like, so it's like I felt like it could have used that a bit more. But yeah, it wasn't that long of a demo though. I liked Monica's custom sprite of her shirt, her red shirt. That was cute. I think it's like, there wasn't really much for me to really say about it because it wasn't super long. It was awkward writing. The music was, did it have original music? I think it did.
I don't think it.
Oh yeah, it did. Because it's got MP3. Hold up, let me play
It's got a couple.
Let me play a song. Yeah. That was the main theme, I remember. And then school. That's a school bell. Never mind. Bob?
What is this?
What is this? This is a song. Why is it called Bob?
I don't know.
Monica? Is Monica's like theme?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, alright. The music was alright. Now chat's just Bob. Yeah, Bob. No, yeah, the song was just called Bob. MP3. I was like, Bob?
Bob?
Which Bob? There's so many Bobs. Like, there's Bob the Builder. There's Bob Saget. There's Bob Ross. There's Bob Duncan from Good Luck Charlie. Why did that pop up into my head?
I didn't even remember that person.
I don't know. Oh wait, I think there was like a meme with me and Bug where we kept sending it. Like, I feel like there was a meme where we were sending the image. Could have swore it was like a meme of sending the fucking image of Bob Duncan. It looks so funny. Anyway, thank you for the 500 bits at Sonic. My lord. I forgot to mention that. Thank you. But I'd say it's probably C tier. Yeah. It's probably C tier. It's mostly just because it wasn't really that long, so there wasn't much for me to really say I like about it positively. But the thing I do like about it is I do like the premise. I think the premise is very unique, and I think if the creator does continue it, I don't know if it's still being worked on. I think if you get a playtester, get someone to read over some stuff, I think it could be a pretty good mod.
Yeah.
Because I really think the premise has, like, potential. I think, like, having just, like, a nice, wholesome what-if, I think could actually work. I think that'd be cute. It's like, it's just a mod where it's like, they're all your sisters, and you want to like, help them solve their issues. And it's like, oh, that's cute. that's wholesome. That's a wholesome mod. This just in, Oni-chan is worse than fruits. Well, yeah, it's not as, there's nothing long about it. There's not much for me to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, C tier for now is fair since it's still a little messier here and there, but if they're contributing work on it, then it'll get cleaned up. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think it's fair to have it as a C tier. I think it is a fair C tier. Okay, now let me save the tier list image. So, this is the first time ever since the tier list has now changed names. This will no longer be known as Afro Zero's DDLC mod tier list, as you saw. The title of it is now Afro Zero's DDLC fan game tier list. This is all Duster's fault. No, I'm kidding. It's Duster's fault. It's the people who created Platformer Club's fault. It's Crash Punk's fault. It's Professor Herb's fault, the creator of RPG. It's all their fault. We had to change the name. And it's my fault for wanting to put them on the tier list. So, technically, when you really think about it, it's technically my
Everyone's fault.
And technically, we're all at fault. It's you guys' fault for watching the video, for watching the stream. We're all at fault here. Fan stuff. We're not calling it the fan stuff tier list.
Fan stuff.
If we call it fan stuff, we're gonna have to, like, rank images. We're gonna have to be like, oh yes, my favorite DDLC artist, and I'm gonna feel bad if I have to rank DDLC artists. That's mean.
I better be on there, bro.
I'm not gonna call a DDLC artist, like, worse than somebody, because it's like, you can't even do that. They all have different art styles. It's like, I can't go around comparing, like, Yushine to fucking, like, Duster, and then comparing Duster to Sasora, and then comparing Sasora to Monica. Because I'm like, that's like 4 different art styles.
Art shouldn't really be ranked or compared like that. It's
Yeah,
not.
It's like, how do
very
you
good.
rank that?
Can't really rank artists because no artist can be the same as another.
It's
They
like
can replicate, but they can't be the
yeah,
same.
it's like the only way you'd be able to rank someone on that is if they all try to go for the same style.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, that's just, wow, that artist is better at that style than that artist is. Like, that doesn't mean that they're better. It just means they're better at replicating a style.
Yeah.
When did this turn into Zero's art rant about nothing? What about Afro Zero's DDLC fan-created tier list? No! Fan game tier list!
Fan game tier list.
Because technically, DDLC mods are fan games. Mods are fan games, and fan game because, well, no, because fan games aren't mods, but mods are fan games. See.
By definition, they are not.
What?
By definition, they're not.
No, a mod is technically a fan game.
A fan game.
Because
A
it's
mod
a fan
uses
game.
A mod uses like assets and things from the it specifically uses the game that it's based off of. A fan game is something that's created from scratch. That is, or something that is using. No, yeah, a fan game is something that's created from scratch. And it's based off another thing.
You know, you're really
That's the
ruining the
difference.
title here, Monica. Just want you to know.
I've told you this before, and you were like, yeah.
There's nothing else to call it.
No.